And that'll take us to the Canadian Kevin Reynolds, native of Vancouver, still living and training in British Columbia. Top 10 at the World Championships last year, and he's been on the podium on the Grand Prix circuit in the past at Skate Canada, where he was the first man to ever perform 2 quads in the short program. Did that at Skate Canada back in 2010, so it's been a while.
He had a series of boot problems, injuries, surgeries, recoveries that pretty much took him out of competition for 2 years. He has 2 quads planned again, Steve. The first one, if it goes well, in combination. Looked to me like that was under 2, so not getting credit even for the rotation with that jumping pass. Coming up now, he's got to regroup, try for the quad toe, and try to put it in combination. Something in the air?
Well, our first 3 skaters have all gone down on their opening jumps. Reynolds, the first to go down on each of his first 2.
And triple axel.
Hard not to be rattled after a start like this.
Good use of the music. Interesting choreography by Shaylin Bourne. Lacks a little bit of flow though.
Was a tough start for Kevin Reynolds. A couple of falls early on. Tried his best to get his groove back and finish strong. But not his finest performance. The Vancouver native. Kevin Reynolds in Beijing. We'll head to the kiss and cry, and the scores coming up in just a moment.
Kevin Reynolds of Canada. And Steve, it's been interesting watching the Canadian skating scene of late. The men have always been super strong. The women in Canada weak. It's a bit of a reversal. 2 Canadian men can earn a spot to the Olympics. Patrick Chan is favored for 1 spot, and it's wide open. Kevin Reynolds, with his strong finish last year at Worlds, was expected to be the one to step up, but he hasn't been able to do so this year. And you know, very difficult performance. The jumps weren't there at all. Totally misfiring and under-rotating.
And at that point, only so much you can do to really salvage the program.
Well, you know, and you're right. You don't have time to get yourself focused and back in the game. Your nerves are firing. Your brain's thinking. You're doing the math in your head. This guy's 27. He's a master of it. He knows exactly the point values. It's strategic. And so as soon as that first one's gone and followed by the second. But it's back to the drawing board. But first a free program. Maybe you can right the wrong somewhat there.
Trying to listen in.
He said as good as they're going to get.
Yeah. A chance for a mental reset.
So is Coach Joanne McLeod saying you don't need to be that tight? See the look of concern on her face. Well, and that tells you the tale of his season. That, folks, was the season's best for Kevin.
So early on, he's in first place, but that will only be temporarily.